Good evening, everybody. My name is Bick, and some of you may know me for that one really crusty salamangreat deck profile I did a while ago. And today, some days ago, I just got back into playing salamangreat after playing a load of different decks. And I was rewatching that video today, and I thought, why not remake that video with the current list I am playing? So yeah, I thought it would have been funny, and so here you go. Disclaimer: don't play this deck, at least not right now, because it's missing one card that is gonna come out in Phantom Nightmare. That is gonna absolutely shake the strategy of this deck. Is gonna make it so much greater than it already is. Also, it's not really at its best right now, seeing the other decks in the meta, but it can do decent. It's a cool rogue deck. It won some regionals. So yeah, here's the deck profile. Start off with 3 copies of Gazelle. Can't really say anything about this card except that it's the best card in the deck, hardest solo deck. Just a really good card. 3 copies of Fire, copy 4, 5, and 6 of Gazelle. 3 copies of Spinny. This card combos really well, very often. And it's just a really good card. It's Reborn itself, makes rank 3s. And yeah, anyone who plays less than 3, in my opinion, just doesn't know how to play this deck properly. And yeah, these are the 3 ofs of the salamangreat monsters. Then we have 2 copies of Foxy, for the simple reason that I really like it as it's both a standard starter and an extender. So it kind of has this capability of being of doing multitasking, which is cool. Also, it pops back row. Like yeah, it can pop really powerful floodgates like Skill Drain or there can be, which kind of kill the deck. 1 copy of Jaguar. I mean, you have to play it. There's no going around it. 1 copy of Weasel. I just really like this card. I think the draw power it gives you, it's more than decent, and that it's simply a really good extender. Also, you can just give the opponent a monster and OTK on top of it, which is really funny. And 1 copy of Falco for the recursion and for the rank 4 plays, even though like I'm doing a certain rank 4 play in this deck, which I don't advise you to do because it's not very good except in certain matchups. Like the only reason I'm doing this because I genuinely don't know who else to play in this deck. Like, I know there are other cards, it's just that I don't have them, so I'm just doing that because I can. LOL. The copies of Circle. Don't think I need to say anything about this. Copies 6, 7, and 9 of Gazelle. Will of the salamangreat, 2 copies. I'm never going to play less than 2 copies of this. I just love drawing it. I love that it kind of saves you from Nibiru. And yeah, it's just a great card. Don't play one. One is too few. And 1 Sanctuary because you're forced to play it. And then 1 of the traps. And they're both really great cards. Just more than 1 can really break the deck. Can really break. Next, the last engine card is 3 copies of Mining. Copy 10, 11, and 12 of Gazelle, basically. Yeah, you really like Gazelle. Like, this deck really needs to play Gazelle. And that's why I'm very thankful that Konami put this back to Trey. I just really love this deck. Love this deck, love the card. As for the non-engine, yeah, I'm playing 15 cards of non-engine. 3 Ash Blossom, self-explanatory. 3 Imperm. This is the best hand drop in the format, aside from Ash Blossom. I mean, no, I'm joking. Yeah, it's basically the best entropy in the format, aside from Ash Blossom. Like, they're both the most generic ones. 3 copies of Effective Veiler. I'm playing Veiler because I've played some games with salamangreat, and I noticed that many times you kind of need the effect negation on your opponent's turn, which is something this deck somehow lacks. And so if you don't draw Imperm, it's kind of bad. So I'm playing Veiler as the other 3 copies of Imperm. Then 3 copies of Nib, mainly for going second. And because I don't have draw, I know that's really funny. 3 copies of Book of Eclipse. Both is good, both going first and going second, so why not? So that's basically it. That's the whole deck. It's really consistent. I really like it. Now for the extra, 2 copies of the Phoenix. Yeah, I've ordered one. It's just yet to arrive. I mean, best monster this deck has seen in ages. I would say even better than Access Code. Because, I mean, all that Access Code did was give an OTK tool to this deck, which doesn't need it anymore, in my opinion. I mean, you can play Access Code, it's really good, just that there's this. No, okay, I'm joking. There's the other OTK tool, which is a lot cheaper. And it's also really funny because many times the opponent doesn't expect it. Like, this Saturday I went to my locals, and every single time I pulled it off, the opponent was kind of fucking. He was flabbergasted. He didn't know what to do. 1 Helio. I hate back row. Everyone hates back row. 3 of this. You can play 2. I don't know what to play, except I don't know. I simply wouldn't know what to play. So yeah, 3 copies. Same goes for the Bailings. So yeah. Then 1 Stalio. We wouldn't play 1 Stalio. It's the best card in the deck, aside from Gazelle, of course. Then the package. 1 Pit Knight early. Really glad Konami gave us this card. 1 Proxy and 1 Chimera. Then there's 1 Hita. Really, really good extender if you get hand trapped. Play Hita. It's like before she wasn't like the best card, but now she's kind of mandatory. And yeah, this is the rank 4 guy I was talking about earlier. He's good in many matchups, not in all of them. I wouldn't it's certainly better than Baguska, because Baguska you mainly play him you would play him if you get shifted. It's just that if you get shifted now that you don't play Parallax Seed, going into Baguska is pretty impossible. So that's the rank 4 guy I'm playing. But if you have anything else than this and this equally as good, if not better, then play something else. One really good thing that you can do to change this is to take out, whatever. 1 Wolf and Dweller and play the Hit Soul package. I find that to be pretty good, especially if you find yourself, especially if you break on Jaguar. So yeah, and this is the deck. I will show you my side deck. It's not like the greatest thing in the world. I actually think it's the most basic thing anyone could ever play, but nevertheless. 1 Cold. I hate Shifter. 2 Kaijus. You never know when a tower's when your opponent's just gonna sit on a tower, so this is here. 3 Barrier. I'm not even gonna say anything about Barrier. Back row hate, and then the 2 most, I would say, played going second cards you could ever find evenly, and Dark Ruler. The thing about Dark Ruler, the really funny thing about Dark Ruler is that it kind of enables a really funny combo in the deck where you can just Dark Ruler the opponent and then do your plays, but instead of going into this Phoenix, you go into the other Phoenix and wipe the board, which is funny. It's just that I think it kind of... Then without the card that's gonna come out in Phantom Nightmare, it's a bit too expensive of a combo to do. But nevertheless, it's still funny. It's still incredibly funny to do. So yeah, this is basically the deck. What would I rate it right now? I would say it's not. It has potential. There's a lot of potential. It's just not this moment. Also, yeah, I know this. I called my first deck profile crusty. Like this one is any better. But still, at least this time around, I did it in horizontal and an actual stand. Not a very good one. So yeah, the phone is really a bit shaky. I also recorded it again on my phone, but who cares about that? So yeah, the deck is actually not the best right now, but still it's my favorite deck ever. I sold it and I got so how do I put this? So yeah, I was feeling really guilty for doing so. It's like the deck that got me back into playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And it actually introduced me to competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! And I just love this deck. And I'm really glad it got support, and I can't wait for Phantom Nightmare for the Princess of Fruitful Flames to come out. That card is crazy. It's gonna breathe new life into this into this deck, and it's just incredible. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.